Okay, so we'd like to introduce you to this simple hand press, the model GU50. It's going to be operating today with these rivets, which this time are 9mm rhinestone rivets. They're glass. The back part, the rivet, will be held on with this washer back here. I can lift one of those. I did a moment ago. You can see this washer. This is actually the part you would see after installation. This is the part that will contact the actual rivet. Now, we're also going to have to use these setting dies. In this case, these are particular setting dies for the 9mm rivet. This is the bottom die, and this is the top die. And these are going to be installed like this. We're going to put the bottom die in here, and we're going to take the top die and screw it into the top section. We're going to give this just a little tighten here by hand to keep this from being wiggly, and that's it. We're ready for the next video. Okay, so just a couple of items of worthy note that this installation of the GU50, the machine is screwed to the table with these two screws here, and that greatly helps a lot in being able to work with this stuff. Also, I wanted to point out in regards to the rivets themselves, I really don't know much about them, but these particular rivets have that we sell with this press, they have kind of looks like teeth at the end. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's actually designed, these teeth are for locking to the back part of the rivet, but interestingly it also allows for penetration of some soft materials, and we're just going to try it on a piece of cardboard, which previously I actually failed in my attempt, and it was because I had put my back part of the rivet into the die backwards, and I got it jammed there. Now this time I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way, which I am. I'm sure I am. And take the cardboard, place it over there, and squeeze. And now this is cardboard, so it's kind of soft. There we go. And there we go. Now actually, you might notice that I actually cracked this stone. I was too aggressive because I failed before. I guess I wanted to be sure to get it right this time, but that was over the top. Get the washer in correctly again. Do this process again, this time being a little less aggressive. Okay, the stone looks good, and this is applied. So you see, in other words, and you can see how I broke that stone. The rivet was able to penetrate this board, so it could penetrate some other soft materials, maybe like latex or some soft vinyl or things like that. Next video is the denim. Okay, so we're back, we think, for the last time this afternoon. I actually made an adjustment on this hand press. There is a stopper that I'm sorry I can't show you where it is in the video, which is a little bit ridiculous, but the camera's on a tripod. The stopper allowed me, I haven't tested it yet, but allows me to regulate how far down I can actually push this plunger. So hopefully, even if I'm aggressive, I won't break stones, at least not as easily. So the first thing we're going to try to embarrass ourselves with is we're going to load up our dies, the bottom, and correctly the top one. I think if we can get that on the end of my finger, it'd be better. There we go. And the first thing we're going to try and do is we're actually just going to try and go right through this old jean, just like that, just like we did with the cardboard, and see what happens. I hope I pressed hard enough. I seem to have. Well, it went through beautifully. I'm impressed, because I had tried it earlier, and then after I got into problems, but obviously I didn't have the knack of it just a few minutes ago, but I sort of have it now. These kinds of devices require a certain amount of how would you say that? I can't find the word for it, but you got to get used to to using this. You have to become accustomed to it. Oh, it's pretty easy. I had pre-punched some holes in this heavier part of the pant, and I left it like this to sort of demonstrate what you'd be up against, I guess, if you were actually doing a real pair of pants, which I've never done. This is probably the most complicated thing I've ever tried. So I'm going to take one of these rivets, put it through one of these holes. This is what somebody described to me how they do it. Put it through the holes. Oh, did I load yet? Now I can't recall. I have not. So I load my rivets in the hole, place the rivet over the die. Hope it's enough. And presto, we have the rivet on the heavy part of the pant. That is about the limit, I think, of the length of these rivet legs, or something like that. Okay, so with heavy leathers, of course, you would have to punch some holes like we did here, and we use the same technique we just used on the end of the pant, where we put the rivet through the hole, position it over the die, and put the washer in and squeeze it, and that would work. Okay, we hope you enjoyed that. If you got so many questions, you know how to reach us. Thanks. Bye.